Welcome to the High Level Entrepreneur, a podcast with me, Joella Skog. In today's episode, I want to share about why you are still not the obvious premium choice for your ideal clients, the person, the one and only that they want to work with. I don't care if you're a coach, mentor, advisor, consultant, like whatever you do. You're listening to this podcast because you are selling yourself, more or less. Like you are selling your expertise, your energy, your skills, your knowledge. Like there's some part of you that you sell, right? And if you are currently not the obvious choice for your ideal high-level clients that you desperately want to work with, I'm going to share a couple of things that I see when I mentor clients and when they come to me where I can very quickly identify is holding them back from being an obvious choice, okay? So number one, you sell a transformation. Yes, you've worked on the positioning of your offer. You have a niche. You have a title on your LinkedIn profile. You have a title on your Instagram. You feel like the transformation you offer to people is clear, right? You have a great offer. You create results for clients. You have testimonials. Like you have everything that other business coaches told you to have, right? But so does everyone else, right? Everybody has a clear transformation and an offer. Like a lot of people have a good offer. A lot of people create results for people. A lot of people solve problems. But what a lot of people don't have is a compelling message. So what do I mean by that? Well, the fact that you help people lose weight, for example, if you're a personal trainer, like if you help people lose weight, that's a transformation. Sure, you can help people, but you also kind of melt into the mix of all those people that do similar things to you. And even if we niche down, absolutely you can niche down and you can be clear that like, oh, this is the actual transformation I do. I don't just help people lose weight, but I actually help people with this illness, for example, lose weight, whatever it could be. But having a compelling message is bigger than just explaining the transformation. Like your message is something that you really, really want people to understand. You really just wish that people understood this, right? You just want them to like, if you only understood this part, you would not have this problem. If you only could change this, everything would be so much better for you. And it can also be something like your industry, changing your entire industry, wanting people to think differently about a topic, wanting people to act differently, do differently. Like if you really think about industry leaders, like leaders in their industry, most of them have a very strong message. Like they stand for something. And I'm not just talking about like standing for your politics. Like that's not relevant to your business. I'm talking about standing for something that is related to what you actually do. Okay? This is about bigger than you. So having a message means like that's something that you would go on a podcast and talk about. That's something that you would write a book about. It's something that you would create a TED Talk about, right? Like you wouldn't create a TED Talk explaining how you help people lose weight. You would have a bigger, more important message that you want to get across to people, right? A compelling message that makes you stand out. This is an example of like leading your industry. And sometimes that message can be related to like completely going against what everybody else in your industry is saying. It might mean that you are challenging your ideal client's beliefs on what actually creates results, right? For example, part of my message, part of it is that if you want to become an industry leader and scale your business, you need to have an industry leader business model and positioning, but you also need to have a CEO identity, leader identity. And that's why inside of my offers, we work with both, right? Like I always will completely transform the business model to extent like when you work with me within the first 30 days, you're going to be able to go out and sell your offers at a higher price. You're going to be able to go out and like get higher ticket clients basically immediately because we improve so much in your business model, right? But then we also work on the part where you are able to step into your CEO level leadership. Okay? And that's what's required to be seen as an industry leader. You can't just have everything right on paper. Like you need to embody it. You need to be it. That's part of my message, right? Another part of like my message, I would say, is connected to my mission. And it's kind of connected, or I would say more like Industry Leader Lounge, the mission of Industry Leader Lounge, which is like we are building a generation of CEOs who are scaling through alignment, through intuition, through working from their zone of genius and not through hustle and more effort. Like that's the bigger message, the overarching bigger message that I have with Industry Leader Lounge, like the message I want to get across to people. Like that kind of encompasses everything I do and whatever I talk about in every single space, right? So that's an example of a message, right? It's not just about like, I help you become an industry leader through this and that. Like it's a bigger thing than the transformation I offer to clients. It's something that I could write a book about. It's something I could do a TED Talk about. It's something that I could just talk about on and on and on, right? And it's something that when people talk about you in rooms you're not in, like they will say something about you. They won't just say, oh, that girl is so good at content, or that man is great at, whatever, personal training, or that person is so like, no, like you would almost talk about that person as like that person stands for this and that truly inspires me, and I'm following them and I'm binging all the content all the time because I'm so obsessed with everything they're saying. Like that's message. And when I say a message, I don't just mean like writing a sentence down and that's your message. Like your message is something you stand for at all the freaking time. Like it's something you'll try to get across to people through everything you do, right? That's your message, okay? And we're not going to go too deep in this podcast episode on the topic of a message, but I just want to get across to you that a message is something you stand for. It's something you want people to understand. It's something you want people to change. It's a world change you want to see. It's a change in an industry. It's a change in how people do something, how we work out, how we build a business, how you get media visibility, how you develop yourself spiritually, whatever it is. Like it's something that's like compelling. I want to listen to this person and hear what they have to say. Okay. The next thing that I'm noticing that people like is an often reason why they're not an obvious choice and the like a name on people's lips when they think of your niche is that you are actually not fully in your zone of genius. Instead, you are trying to fit into what you think will work. Okay, so you are not embracing like this is truly, I could do this all day, I could do this all the time, like this is precisely what I'm great at. I feel like time disappears when I do this. This comes easy for me. This is what I want to be known for. Like you are not fully in your zone of genius, but instead you're like, well, the thing that I really want to do and the thing that I really think that I'm great at, I don't think that's gonna work. I think I have to like make it more logical, or I have to make it fit into a market need, or I need to, like, you're trying to push it into something else. And I also want to emphasize, I sometimes do get clients that, you know, think that means they shouldn't have a niche, or they shouldn't have a clear positioning or communicate something very clearly. Like, you also have to remember, like, I want you to differentiate between what your offer is externally in your positioning and the communication, and what you really do behind the scenes. Like, when I say your zone of genius, like, it's your ability to show up and do what you feel like you were meant to do. Like, that's really what it is. And I'm not trying to say I don't want you to think of this as like, oh, but that means I don't need a niche. I just want to show up and be myself, because that's exactly when I feel like I am aligned. I'm in my zone of genius, just showing up, being myself, and not thinking strategically at all. That's not what I'm talking about. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a clear offer, clear transformation, clear message, all of that, right? But you should figure out, like, for example, am I trying to sell an offer just because it's worked in the past, or because I think that it's going to work, that's what people want to buy, and I'm actually neglecting the part of me that makes me actually very, very unique and different from everyone else? Like, for example, personally, I used to only talk about very concrete strategic stuff. Like, I used to not talk about mindset stuff, philosophy stuff, or anything with depth. But it was more like, this is strategy stuff, you know, like, that's it. And that's because strategy is very much in my zone of excellence. Like, it's natural for me. I'm extremely good at seeing patterns and seeing what's going on. I'm good at like helping clients with the hands-on stuff, the super strategic stuff. Yes, that's really, really great. But I also realized, like, my zone of genius and like what makes me different is my ability to apply like philosophy onto business. It's my ability to be embodied in what I do. It's my ability to feel what I'm talking about, going extremely deep with clients, even when it's about something like selling an offer. Like, you don't come to me with your emotional problems usually. Like, that's usually not why. You come to me because you want to scale, because you want to build industry leadership, right? But then something like a question about what offer you should sell, offer A or offer B, will not come from a place of what the market wants. Like, it will come from a place of depth of what do you really want to do, what do you feel aligned with, and we're gonna go very deep, right? Like, my ability to bring up things from the surface, like, I bring the things up from the surface. So that's when I feel like I'm in my zone of genius. That doesn't mean I have to like make that my niche in my positioning or communication. Like, that might be, people don't get it. Like, okay, but what is the transformation? What am I buying? I don't understand. Like, I wouldn't position myself or my offers in that sense exactly. But I did start to make that a huge part of my marketing. I started to applying more depth to different topics or different problems. I started shifting my offers, going from teaching personal branding purely from a strategic perspective to teaching industry leadership, CEO level leadership, scaling, because that brings in so much identity work, and it brings in so much mindset and so much like up leveling there. And then I'm able to combine those skills and passions for strategy and mindset. So I bring a lot of that in because I realized like the reason why clients loved working with me was because of that unique perspective I had, because of my ability to go deep with clients, because of my philosophical point of view on life and business that kind of makes me different. And I realized that like actually it's quite unique with a business mentor who has both of those things. So Are you embracing your zone of genius? The next thing that I see a lot of people do is they are people pleasing their way to the top, and they never get to the top because people pleasers don't get to the top, at least not people that are people pleasing in their marketing, in their communication, in their content, in their offers, and with clients. Like, you need to step more into leadership, being a leader, not like listening to other people. Like, is this okay? Is that okay? Like, do you think this post could fit into this platform? Like, will people, what will people think about this? Like, is this all right? Like, could I launch something like this even though nobody has done something similar before? Like, could I actually raise my price? Could I do that? Is that possible? Or trying to like censor yourself and your voice because yes, you are posting, you have a brand, like obviously, but then you're kind of like, I should make this sound nicer. I sound too tough. I'm not sure, like people are going to be provoked by this. Okay, that's an example of completely stepping out of your power. That's an example of you trying to be liked and understood and accepted instead of putting yourself on the forefront and leading your entire industry, and ideal clients are like following you, trying to make you like following you, looking to you for advice, looking to you for guidance, looking to you for approval rather than the other way around, right? So that's also something I see, because even with my clients that are industry leaders, even with clients that have strong personal brands, have multi-six figures in revenue, like there will still be those blocks of like, yes, I'm showing up, I've shared my opinions, blah, blah, blah. But there's often something you're actually holding back. That's like, that could be the reason why people want to work with you. That could be the reason why you are the obvious choice for them, but you are not sharing those things because you think it's too out there, you think it's provocative, you think people would get upset, you think that like you want to fit in, you want to be accepted, you want to be seen as that likable person, right? And the truth is, like, standing for something and standing out and leading doesn't lead to you not being liked. However, it can lead to you creating polarity. Like, it could lead to more people loving you, wanting to pay you 10 times more than they're paying you today. And there could also be people out there, yes, that don't vibe with that, and they will leave because they used to like you, and now you're sharing your real opinions or your real perspectives or showing up as that authentic version of you that feels true to you. And people are provoked by that. Like, maybe you've been trying to seem kind on social media, but you actually feel like you're badass and you want to show up as that, or you're like, you know, you've done those photo shoots where you look nice, but you actually want more like power in those photo shoots. Or the opposite, you might have done that and felt like, you know what, it feels more authentic for me to like have a softer approach. Like, even that could be authentic to you, right? Like, either way, you're going to have to be okay with like being someone that people feel differently about. Some people are gonna love and some people are not gonna vibe with you. And you have to be okay with that. You can't chase likability. Like, don't chase likability. You're never gonna get to the top. The next thing that I see people are making a mistake with here is they are not, like, their prices are not high enough. So your prices are probably not high enough because literally you are turning off high-level clients from working with you because they are the kind of people who want to invest into your highest level, most intimate offers and not into those low-level, cheap stuff you are currently selling. And you might think, well, I do sell high-ticket offers. I have like a group program for 12 weeks, or I have this intensive with me, or I have this. Okay, but do you have a truly compelling, transformative, VIP premium level offer for those highest level clients that are looking for high level offers? Like, I have high level offers. My clients are buying that. I'm about to raise my prices even more simply because I only want those high level clients and people that are truly serious about transformation. And personally, like, I have said no to people because I thought their offers weren't right for me until they finally had like a high level offer, like a 1-year program, and it was like multi-5-figure investment. Then I'm like, oh, that's for me, because I like to be in those high level spaces and I will actively buy that. And like those high level expensive spaces, yeah, there are few people because most people will never make those kinds of investments. And that's where high level people want to be. Like, truly, premium clients who think of themselves as like, I'm high level, I deserve high level, like they want to be in spaces where most people aren't. Like they don't want to be in with the masses. Like they want to be with the 1%. They want to be with like the few people. And so they want VIP premium experiences. And if you are not offering that and your prices are too low, your offers are not good enough, it's not VIP premium enough, you're losing those high-level clients. And the very last thing I want to say here is you are still expecting external results to validate you and validate your ability to be an industry leader instead of validating yourself. Like you are still you're still thinking, well, my program isn't selling enough, or this isn't working enough, or my content isn't getting enough engagement. Like you have to decide first that you are the premium obvious choice. You are an industry leader. You are an authority, and you need to show up like it. You need to have a business model like it. You need to have a pricing like it. And then people will understand. Everything will follow thereafter. Okay? None of the clients that I have that are currently industry leaders generating 6 figures or multi-6 figures, none of them got to where they are because they were waiting for validation, or they were waiting for people to say, you know, it's okay, you can be an industry leader, or they were waiting for someone to say like, okay, now you're good enough, now you can be an industry leader because you're finally at this revenue level, or you have worked with this type of client. Like, no, they put themselves at the top. And when you put yourself in your identity at the top, you're going to meet high-level clients. Like, you're going to be a match for those high-level clients that are looking for someone who considers themselves at the top, who positions themselves at the top, has those offers at the top, right? So those are the 5 things like I all the time see with people that are struggling. Like they're going from having a personal brand, they're getting clients, but they're not really like the obvious premium choice in their industry. They're not like the one person that people think about, because a lot of like the basic business coaching type of things will be like, okay, get a niche, have a transformation, have a good offer. Like, all right, great. But then if everybody has that, how are you different than everyone else? Like, how can you literally lead the way in your industry? How can you be someone that people look at as the standard? Like, people are trying to do things your way because you set the standard first. It's not the opposite. You're not looking at them trying to do it their way, right? You need to be in you need to be in your power, and you're not going to do that when you're trying to like fit into something. Okay? So, this is all. I'm so excited because today, when this podcast episode is being posted, tomorrow and Saturday, I'm finally getting my clients here to Italy, to my city where I live. I'm hosting them for a 2-day retreat here in Italy, or a 2-day workshop, and we are going out for dinner together, we are doing lunch together, and we're doing 2 days of workshops here. And I'm so excited. And like, this is an example, by the way, of like, I love creating premium experiences for people just in general, whether you work with me one-on-one or you're in my Industry Leader Lounge program. Like, we do physical events, we do IRL workshops minimum twice per year, okay? And Industry Leader Lounge is really for those of you that want to spend 12 months to become an industry leader and the obvious choice in your industry. And if that is you, and you listen to this podcast episode and you're like, you know what? Like, that's what I want. Like, I want to be the obvious premium choice. I don't just want to be one of many. I don't want to be compared. I don't want to be on the mid-level pricing. Like, I want to be a premium industry leader, the person that high-level clients, my ideal clients, want to work with. If that's you, you need to go to the description and apply to Industry Leader Lounge. I will have a look at your application form and then I will get back to you to schedule a meeting or a call or something like that if it looks like it's a fit. And I want to emphasize, this is only for six-figure entrepreneurs. So if you are below six figures, it's not the right move for you. Then a one-on-one kind of thing might be for you, or any of my other like courses, stuff like that. But Industry Leader Lounge is only for six-figure entrepreneurs. So you are generating 100K minimum in revenue. My clients in ILL are generating 100K to multiple six figures. So that's where you want to be, and you're looking to scale, and you want to do that through industry leadership, premium clients, and premium offers. Awesome. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast episode, and I'll talk to you soon.